Oh, one.
Two. Four.
7.
Poetry was always a part of our lives when we were younger, in school, in meals, and music. With age, the appreciation and use of poetry has gone down and down the drain. Timothy Green states in his blog, a poem never helped provide someone with clean drinking water, could never be used as a fuel to replace hydrocarbons or as a vaccine to cure disease. That's the end of the quote. So why is poetry so important? According to the Poetry Foundation, which I gave you a handout of, down by key findings, you'll see that 64% of adult readers think that people should read more poetry. It goes on to say a bunch of reasons and statistics on why poetry helps you in your life and helps you be more active. Poetry allows people to explore old and new ideas. It also helps us see things in new views. According to Arnold Matthew in the e-book on the subject of poetics, but for poetry the idea is everything. The rest is a world of illusion, a divine illusion. Poetry attaches its emotion to the idea. The idea is the fact. Poetry connects the real world to what we see it to be. This evening, I will bring to your attention why poetry is so important to have in our lives. Poetry brings us the understanding of the world around us and our feelings. We learn life lessons from it, and it is the voice we need in our daily lives. First, I will begin by explaining why poetry helps us understand the world around us and our own feelings. I like to call poetry poems for the soul, and I'll explain why. It allows for us to get a look into the life of someone else. By writing poetry, we become more aware of how we feel through expressing them in writing. You know the old saying, you don't know about someone's life until you walk in their shoes. This old saying normally reflects that we don't know what they've been through exactly, even if they just tell us. You have to really get to see it for yourself or really listen to them and hear about it. Poetry allows us to do so. On the other hand, poetry teaches us more than just about the world around us, our feelings, or about someone else's. It helps us learn life lessons. Through poetry, we can learn about life and how to handle situations. On poets.org, Rainer Maria Rilke is quoted saying, "For poems are not, as people think, simply emotions. One has emotions early enough. They are experiences." For example, I will read a short poem by Langston Hughes. It's titled Dreams. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. This poem is all about not giving up in life. He doesn't say, hey, don't give up on life. He uses the metaphor of a broken-winged bird. If you give up on your dreams, you're giving up on life. So you have to hold fast to them. Furthermore, poetry does even more than teach life lessons. We tend to not realize that words are a powerful tool. In doing research about poetry, I came across an interesting article on the internet. It spoke about a group of American Indian youth who were never able to speak about their culture or their childhood memories. Through the Brave New Voices International Youth Poetry Slam Festival in Washington, D.C., they were able to showcase their work and talent and teach people about life growing up as an Indian. For example, Nally, a poem by Santana Shorty, discusses her faint memory of her grandmother, a non-English speaker who spoke only in her native language. In the poem, Santana says, "Her words nourish and sting me simultaneously. I struggle and cry to her with my eyes. A crease of I'm sorry spreads across her forehead." Those words show how the language barrier was huge between her and her grandmother, yet they still had an understanding of each other's feelings about it. Those few lines of words speak 1,000 words of explanation of how they felt. With only a few lines, she was able to speak about how it was to grow up as an American Indian. Also, poetry gives us a voice in this noisy world to those who shy away from speaking their minds. For example, I myself share my poetry through a blog. People can't see me, I don't have to present or have video, but I can express how I feel and share my story with others. Finally, every person